All right, let's talk about one of the biggest questions we all face, our careers. We're going to break down how to navigate that path and turn what can feel like this huge, scary decision into an exciting journey that we can actually map out together. First things first, let's be real. If you're feeling a little lost or totally overwhelmed about what to do with your professional life, you are definitely not alone. It's an incredibly common feeling, but that pressure to just, pick something can be completely paralyzing. So where do you even begin? Well, here's the secret. The goal isn't to find one perfect final destination. It's all about starting a journey. You can see from this visual here that career development is a continuous cycle of assessing yourself, exploring, and growing. Just thinking of it that way makes it so much more manageable, right? And every great journey starts with knowing your current location. In career planning, that means the most crucial first step is to simply know yourself. I mean, all successful career paths, they're built on a solid foundation of self-understanding. Now, what's really cool about this slide is how it visualizes the whole process. See that yellow quadrant, know yourself? It is the starting block for absolutely everything that follows. Without this piece, the other steps, exploring options, getting focused, taking action, it's all just guesswork. So what does knowing yourself actually mean? Well, it means getting really, really clear on these key areas. What do you actually value in a job? What genuinely interests you, not what you think should interest you? What are your natural strengths? Even understanding your personality and what kind of lifestyle you want is a huge part of the puzzle. Okay, so let's talk about tools. To help with all this self-discovery, think of things like interest inventories as your own personal compass. They really help you find your true north by systematically mapping out what you actually enjoy. An interest inventory is, at its core, a questionnaire. But listen, it is not a test. You can't pass it, you can't fail it. Its only job is to look at your patterns of interest to help you figure out what kinds of things will genuinely motivate you in a career. And this brings us to a super important point. An interest inventory measures what you like to do. That's very different from an aptitude test, which measures what you could be good at. For example, you might be really interested in nursing, but that doesn't mean you have the skills for it. Yet. The interest is the spark. It's the motivation that makes you want to build the aptitude. Now let's look at another really powerful tool, the DISC assessment. This one shifts the focus from what you like to do to how you naturally behave, your personality style when you're at work. DISC is a major player in this world, and for good reason. It's been used by over 40 million people. It's not about judging you. It's a tool that gives us a common language to understand our behavioral differences and, just work better with other people. So the model breaks down behavior into 4 main styles. We're going to do a quick little tour of each one, starting with D for dominance and I for influence. These two really get at how you approach problems and how you interact with people. The D or dominance style, this is all about results. These people are direct, they're confident, and they absolutely thrive on a good challenge. Think about roles where being decisive is everything, like a project manager, or an entrepreneur, or a director who's driving everyone toward a clear goal. Then you have the I, or influence style. These are the relationship builders. They're optimistic, they're enthusiastic, and they love to collaborate. They are going to excel in any environment where they get to connect with people, like sales or PR or leading a team brainstorming session. Okay, now for the other half of the circle. S for steadiness and C for conscientiousness. These styles tend to show how you handle the pace of your work and your whole approach to making sure things get done right. The S style stands for steadiness. People with this style are dependable, sincere, and they really prioritize cooperation. They create stability and they do their best work in predictable environments. They make amazing team members in roles like human resources, customer support, or counseling. And finally, C is for conscientiousness. This style is all about quality, accuracy, and expertise. These folks love digging into the data and making sure everything is just correct. You'll often find them thriving as analysts, engineers, or researchers. Okay, so you've used tools like these to get a handle on your interests and your behaviors. You have your personal compass. Now it's time to zoom out and look at the whole map for the journey ahead. And this is where it all comes together beautifully. Once you know yourself, that becomes this solid foundation to then go explore options, like researching industries that would be a great fit for your DIAS style. Then you can get focused by narrowing down those options, and finally you can take action with real confidence, applying for jobs or internships. See how each step just flows from the one before? The big takeaway here is that this is a cycle. You assess yourself with the tools we've talked about. Then you explore by doing things like informational interviews or researching companies that match your values. Then you act, you update your resume, you practice interviewing, maybe take a course to build a new skill. And here's the most important part. You repeat the cycle. This isn't just for finding your first job. This is how you navigate your entire career. We've covered the map, the compass, and the steps. The only thing left to talk about is your first move. You know, this idea isn't new at all. Over a century ago, way back in 1909, a pioneer in this field named Frank Parsons said that all career decisions must start with a clear understanding of yourself. The fundamental truth of that statement hasn't changed one bit. So, that leaves us with one final thought. Your career journey doesn't start tomorrow or next year. It starts right now, with that first step of self-assessment. The only real question is, what's your first move going to be?